We've been very fortunate to market Australia's most beautiful homes for many years, but this property is in a category of its own. Nothing like it has ever come to the market. The buyer will be brought to the market by the property because they wouldn't have imagined that a property like this existed or could be created. This penthouse will be the yardstick by which all the others are measured. It's going to recalibrate the market. It is going to change Australian real estate. I'm very excited to be representing this property. It's a very special property.
I have never seen an apartment of this standard in Australia, period. So from an apartment point of view, from a penthouse point of view, and it even compares to some of the most outstanding houses that we've sold, there's never been anything developed at the same level of this, with the ceiling heights. But more importantly, you show me in the CBD of Sydney, in the heart of the city, with the views going straight down to the heads and back behind us into Darling Harbour and back towards the city and the Harbour Bridge, where there is one apartment in a full commercial building. It is the only apartment that I know of that sits in a full commercial, high profile building, ANZ Bank, best security in the world, own private lift to the apartment, parking on 400 square metres. There's nothing that exists like this. It could come from an expat. I personally think it will probably end up being a corporation as their penthouse for the CEO, the president of the company, where they will hold board functions. There are a number of people. There are a number of Australians that will never be aware that this exists and will become aware of it once it hits the marketplace. It'll be an international exposure, so I think it will bring international clientele to have a look at this property. There is nothing else in Australia that compares to this penthouse. From a completion, from a design, from the ceiling heights right throughout the property, the glass, the views that are panoramic all around Sydney Harbour. You're not going to repeat this again at the level that it's actually at. I mean, there'll be other apartments designed that will be at lower buildings, but nobody's going to capture the view aspect of this apartment and the privacy of this apartment and the exclusivity. Ticks a number of boxes, especially for the elite buyer that's looking for that seclusion, that's looking for that security. And you're in the ANZ Bank building. And you've got two street entrances where you can move into that lift from two different levels. It'll open a number of people's eyes because other people will try to emulate what we've got here. And it will not be easy to ever emulate this again.